skeletons, Master.
This foe is in trouble, my lord. Right?
These things will resurrect so long as their skulls remain intact. But fear not, I shall gladly smash every last one. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the world, as they say.
Aught fell from the beast that breathed it up.
Most effective. I'll have you back on your feet in no time at all.
Forgive me for being a burden arisen. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
I see you pinched something from our foe. That was crafty of you. Yeah. Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting... You can count upon my aid.
A peculiar sensation filled me during my time with Lord Faesus. Though I was unconscious, I could always sense your presence arisen. I was relieved beyond measure to find that our bond remained unsevered for all that.
'Twas an ordeal indeed, and there is much for us to ponder. But for now, we must find a means to forge ahead.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but when I reflect upon my time as a mage, I can only assume I did not live up to your expectations. Now I shall strive to serve you well.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of Vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was thus did I come to the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world. As to the purpose with which they watch, yet I did divine one thing. I despaired at this time. 'Twas, do you understand? Alas, though I cut, indeed. I was dubbed, yes. I can only, how else to explain the Oh, falter not, and fading spirit though I am.
I see you have returned. The Mad Sovereign has... If you would save the... For this place may chance to escape.
Making this a place of rip. Fugitives. Splendid. Idea. It is safe and apt to become quite clear without settles in.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
You're no soldier. I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath the blanket of that. I can give you a roof, much obliged.
It is a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these farther, I dare say, than anyone would go. If we must leave. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on... The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife... Well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been... She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of... I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the incumbent is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah. I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
I quite agree.
I've weapon. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
These were necessary expenses, mind. No use clinging to every last coin.
This is quite a quandary.
Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Stout undead, risen. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
My
Tremendous work!
Our combined might is beyond any foe.
You've been doused in oil! What dear purified! I shan't allow any further harm. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly. You do your vocation proud.
Are we ignoring the enemy today?
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
There's no great shock to me.
Well now, whatever brings you here? You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful, the path seems...
No need to worry.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Sir Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time.
Let us guide the people to the seafloor shrine. The red clouds seem to be less abundant thereabouts.
But will the people do as we suggest? The crux of the problem is how best to convince them.
Living's hard.
Good day, sir.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by... Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with, Sir Lamont. The man's something of a regular. I sought him out to tell him. I must confess. Could I prevail at this point? Methinks any...
Sir Lamont is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Course ye'd make a... Aye, fine. I can't say I'll be glad to leave this place beyond...
Sir Lamont shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamont's arm to defend. 'Twill be slow going, mind. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all.
The people of volcanic... Island are... evacuated. May they make it through the...
This has gone from bad to worse.
Certainly arisen. How might I be of aid?
Naught compare. As to the thrill of victory, one cannot help but feel indomitable.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Thank you, friend. This place does not have long left. I'd gladly accompany you. Follow me. You'll see what I mean. I'd gladly follow me. You'll see what I mean. I'd gladly follow me. You'll see what I mean. Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set captured pawns to work. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Underlings like myself were given orders, and little else, you see. Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking to a wall. I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns doesn't sit well with me. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. Either that, or... At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of to get them out, but...
The command came a month ago or more. We are to remain here.
I implore you, Arisen.
So they're staying here because they will... And they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get... But never mind that. More importantly, it was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, But on his way out, I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referring to. Listen, friend. I've a thought. If the Overseer's command is indeed... Use that key to have a look around. Best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well. Have a feeling...
As you wish. I shall return directly. It takes a strange ilk to elect to dwell in such hinterland as these.
Indeed. Vermont feels a world away.
Well, next, how's the day treating you then?
It appears to be locked, and we've no key. Shall we try breaking it down?
It will not break easily, you know.
So, the pawns were being held here by the power of this godsway. Now they ought be free to make good their escape.
Splendid.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
So, there was no... I'll wager he thought he always was a spite. At any rate, I'm well... I only hope they'll heed my word, but I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word. With this, Now there's no chance of end. Seems I've no end of... I appreciate all you've done here.
With this, their evacuation is all but assured. Godsways are loathsome artifacts, but I suppose they have their uses.
Outstanding.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings? Now here's aught of interest. A ballista.
It's not how we use this, but when that counts. I imagined it would be most beneficial.
It is a surprise to behold Johnstad.
Behold! Go forth, Talos!
The statue came alive again. It does not appear poised to attack us. Let us keep watch for the time being.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master.
Did you do, You see Arisen?
It was enough to give me hope of snatching.
Truly, the strength...
You seem distracted. Is aught amiss?
Perhaps you believe destruction to be my goal. That I seek to bring an end, however. Not in this world. I exist only...
Arisen? Could it be...
Well, 'twould seem that this man is aware of my presence. If only in part.
I confess I know not what you are, nor do I care. Be you a transcendent being of a piece with the divine, or only an observer keeping watch on us from afar. Know this. You have no right to deem this world a mistake.
He bears a will strong and true. Had he but chosen a different path, yet there is no sense lamenting what might have been. For that type, after all, what need is there for...
You underestimate mortal kind, did you? Mark my words. And on that day, I shall free it from its yoke.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
It appears we found a ballista.
Let us make use of this during battle. I've no doubt 'twould catch our foes unawares.
There are more who can yet be saved.
Let us begin with the place most likely to be marked for destruction.
Nunwi ondo, aninke liavani albike?
Salma
Lomentari.
Lungtena peli telu.
Fionar elwear Alcarwa fir nun vanalin hurosh soron. Ane martir eteler.
The sky glows red.
Minha.
Vindamun.
Tanun with Angor. Vinantai.
Ilmen Arafan.
And I shall remain by your side.
Let us finish this.
nimbly by clinging to the terrain. Try to keep it within your gaze at all times. We can get closer. Over the castle attack. We might just be able to drive
creature is defeated. Here's hoping this will be enough to forestall the Red Cloud's advance for a while.
Will someone not explain what is happening?
Who would wish for such a calamity? I refuse to let this be the end of things.
Ostofana orne. Elelote anfi. Osto silfa malantha alecano mine in fair avehum. Sinde fir areng.
Erumar far in Itaron. And the wind fair no in Dilirang and Newman.
Stay. The sky glow.
Alana fire mine.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Now there's a hassle I could do without.
Looking for oars in particular. Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
So, Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen, with the world in such disarray, I could not stand. Thus did I return. I maintain order as best I can, but enough of my woes. What? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, it is likely only a matter of time before we share. Alas, the people of Batal are far. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen, and should you encounter any discord, such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed. As for me, my work here is far from done.
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate.
I'll not take that from...
That's it. I've had...
Haven't you had enough? You're the one who started this.
Stop this nonsense, the pair of you.
You'll get what's coming.
What do you presume to gain by this, Arisen?
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
Oi, I saw it first. Phew, trust a flea-ridden hide.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food.
This might...
You there! You couldn't have come and put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you...
All right, clear off. Pretty...
That's it. I've had enough.
How dare you?
Oi, you trying to nick our...
Aye, you'd better run.
I don't fancy my chances.
Put your back into it.
That's enough.
Still in the fight.
Move off before you earn my spite.
Consider me unimpressed.
This isn't...
You'll pay for that! Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Fine, we're done. I ne'er stood a chance.
You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! This is no business of yours.
Now, Nara. If we are to duel, we ought to have a... Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply... Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to... He said my swordsmanship was hard.
And it was your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir.
Have at you!
We're still in a fight! Stay back! Lest you get caught in the fray.
Have you lost your wit?
Keep back!
Keep your distance!
Do not wish to injure you.
You can do this! I believe in you!
You dare violate the sanctity of our jewel! I admit it.
Nay. 'Twas...
We owe you a debt, were it not for your timely...
Indeed. Better...
Seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
Ah, sir, the people of Batal are beginning. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia, and apprise her. Heavens only know how many lives you...
Things I could do with an ox cart full of cops.
Pictures on all sides. Take it easy today. You're acting up.
As you wish. I shall return directly.
Polished it this morning.
This place never forgets to calm my spirit. It is my duty to devote my life to prayer and virtue.
Her Majesty has begun her supplication.
Stay your hand, Vera. Come hither. We would... One of our ministers, you have our your journey continued. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make... Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, we thought that he might be... Would you be willing to call on him in us? Of course, you are free to Pray,
excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but
Indeed. Forgive us, but we...
Batal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Simonella to keep the peace.
Outstanding.
Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavour to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon, or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to... I must examine that creature. It may well...
Something like a wall of light impedes our progress. It is most excellent.
Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
We fight alongside.
Principles unproven are as dust on...
That's it. That's smart. Ah! How'd you like that?
Well met.
Naught can be... Alas, a theory unproven. Seems this is the only way forward. Of the dragon. Enough dallying.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magics. Wait a moment.
Enough. Fine.
Might find something to gnaw on.
Never heard such nonsense.
Only truly impartial observers can perceive it. Beast fell powers at what? Have I really uncovered the truth of the dragon?
I
My theories on manifesting the dragon have worked.
Patrol the back alleys ere the sun falls.
There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
Well met.
A singular creature. Why did you destroy it? This... But I trust you won't object. After all, though this land hit the oceans yet, as 'twill be difficult. I only hope that this sanctuary of...
You wish me to return? At once, Master.
Nay.
To think, that vase was in truth a dragon. 'Twas clever of you to realise its true nature, Master.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. The end of the world. Though, I am aware of it. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. You would have me evacuate the city. Ever since the fall of Melf, the citizens of Vernworth, if there is safe harbor, but I doubt I could. Methinks your Majesty would do better after the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered. If the people will heed anyone.
It is admirable how Regent King Sven has taken up command of the kingdom. We would be remiss not to offer him our aid.
Of course.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
This cannot be. My patience wears thin.
So you've come. I'm glad to... Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal. If truth be told, I had reached the same so long as we cower within these walls. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. I have tried to make her see... However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all...
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarce between you and me. I fear for her health. Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you. But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy. The throne and its power...
Yes? This was in Mother's room. I did wonder where it had gotten off to, but why would she... There's... Might you excuse me? I would speak with Mother. Mayhap there is hope of changing her mind yet. All she did, all the scheming, all the plots, 'twas so I cannot leave her to her...
My sword arm could use some work. I only pray my watch finish.
Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided. If I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt. My son, your kindness will save many lives.
Would you be so kind as to petition the merchant at the ox-cart station in the west of the city? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and...
about anyway.
Nothing more pathetic than begging for your life.
That's not at the expense of my duty.
I cannot afford it.
I have all come here with details. This sort of quiet means all's well.
I would see myself.
Be gone with you, ruffian!
And if you think I require the use of all of...
Begging your pardon, sir, but I've just sold off.
Fine. What are you doing? What? I don't know. Spare me. I fear for my life.
Well, reckon he... As a matter of fact, I'd like... It didn't sit right, see? Having my wares claimed by some puffed-up minister. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gold, and if that craven comes crawling back...
Minister Allard has fled, and good riddance. I doubt there ever was a more
As long as I've got my gold, and if that snivelling minister comes back, I'll...
Our soldiers need better training.
We cannot accompany you there, Master, but fear not. You'll find us here when you return.
I'm trained for this.
My son, your kindness will save me.
Ah, you've returned. You do. That puts paid to the last of our preparations.
I must be vigilant. Quiet at last.
This sort of quiet means all's
Monsters range nearer than dare they dared before. I swear I've not blinked once in the last hour.
If 'tis naught of an...
Oh, very well. Back to your side I go.
Perhaps we ought to have stayed at an inn to regain our strength.
Tis a chance to prove our mettle.
Here we go again.
We've a knack for drawing the enemy, Arisen.
Understood. Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
Come to think of it, by my eye, you lack surety in your step. Not to worry, you'll find your feet in time, I'm sure.
My thanks, truly. I hope only to be of assistance.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
These fiends are only truly defeated when they try to smash them on the ground. I would have done no better.
Perhaps you'd like to take care of the remainder.
Seems to have dropped something.
Ah, I pinched something from our clothes. That was crafty of you.
Back on your feet in no time at all.
Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next. Prepare yourself!
We must find a way to keep this. Let's see if they can another victory.
Without them return to killing it, once they liberate them. was in every way monumental, no?
We must face them for solution. However beautiful it is. You are in need of healing. Allow me. What do I say?
Ox carts aren't operating anymore, are they? Which is perfectly understandable, albeit rather inconvenient.
A shame, but the roads have grown ever more
I see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. Alas, would that the world had not come to this, for I am certain that your tale would have been a glorious one. Yet, 'twas not to be.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
You have my fullest confidence. There is aught I would ask of you. That is...
Salma Arenfeld, Alecano Nandemi.
The language of the elves is entirely foreign to me. Yet, from their manner, I gather they're a proud people.
Let us endeavour not to give our host any reason to doubt us further.
Since times of... Remember, draconic blood flows. Then I bid ye farewell.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
You shan't hear me You'll not believe the journey I've had.
All that remains is for you to fulfill your final duty, to witness this world's end with your own eyes.
Since times of eld, remember, draconic... Blood flows through the veins of lesser... Then I bid ye farewell.
I'm flattered that you would choose to leave an item of such consequence. My charge. I'll take good care of it.
What form this world can take its forth, I can but wonder. Know this, the dragon did not rob ye of your heart. What form this world can take its forth, I can but wonder.
Are you in the market for something in particular? Do come again.
I've weapon. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. Always a pleasure.
Could it be time's flow has been altered?
Since times of eld, remember, draconic blood flows. Then I bid ye farewell.
While you're here, eh?
I'd love to talk with you. I've weapons to sell. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the volcano? Much obliged. I've weapon. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the much obliged.
Fancy a look at my wares? As you wish. I shall return directly.
Life is for... Come to think of it, standing here, I cannot help but recall our first visit to Vernworth. Do you remember it as well as I, Master? To think I would come to be so attached to these streets. Would you care to behold a forgotten riftstone, as yet undiscovered in this world? Then follow me. 'Tisn't far.
I should let the enemy gain the upper hand. Early Britain gets the world, as they say. Are we leaving already? Come on, getting warmed up.
Is gone. Let us revel in the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction. Vocation proud.
I'll have you back on your feet in no time at all. Wish me to return? Once, Master.
The red clouds portend naught but ill omens.
Would that we could extinguish them.